Hey everybody, Blind Way back. I'm Eric.
I'm Eric.
And you guys have asked for it quite a few times, so we are going to do Guts versus Nightmare Death Battle.
Yeah, now I have no idea who either of these two guys are.
The only thing I'm pretty sure of is that Nightmare is a fighter from the Soul Calibur series.
Okay, I played Soul Calibur that one time Link was in it.
Yeah, I think Nightmare I think's been in him.
Is he like the big, giant, huge...
He's kind of demon-y, and I think his sword's like attached to his arm or something.
Does it have like an eye in it?
I think so.
Okay, I think I know who
it's
that
him.
guy is.
I think.
Okay.
But otherwise, Guts, I'm not... I think he's an anime, maybe? Or a manga or something. I don't think he's a video game. I think he's like something else.
Well, luckily, we'll be able to find out exactly who these two people are by watching it first, and then we'll decide...
Who's going to win?
Who's going to win, right?
Sounds good.
And if you guys haven't seen our death battles before, you know that we do a slap bet, so this will be especially important to pay attention.
Yeah.
Right? Okay. So let's figure it out.
For untold decades, scientists have searched for a legitimate method of measuring a person's level of badassness, completely missing the obvious answer.
Just check out the size of his sword, like Guts, the brutal black swordsman from Berserk.
And Nightmare, the demonic scourge from Soul Calibur.
He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle. In the realm of Midland, rumors run rampant of a man wielding a humongous blade slaying any who get in his way. But before his legend grew, this black swordsman was known simply as Guts.
Oh man, I'm so excited! Guts is one of the most badass and hardcore characters ever.
He's trying to mace with a sword.
Yeah.
But the story of Guts is not for the faint of heart.
Yeah, it's kind of dark. You've been warned.
After a brutal massacre, Guts was born from the corpse of his mother, who'd been hanged from a tree.
And we're just getting started. Baby Guts was discovered by a traveling band of mercenaries and was adopted by the camp whore,
who died to plague 3 years later. With no one left to turn to, Guts was mentored by the mercenary leader Gambino, who began training him in swordsmanship when he was just 6 years old.
Hey, Guts, why don't you use a smaller sword, one right for your size?
We don't carry any baby-sized swords for kids here anyway.
An extremely determined student of war, Guts was soon brought onto the battlefield and killed his first man at the age of 9.
Despite his skill, life wasn't all murder, sunshine, and rainbows. Young Guts was constantly abused in many ways that I don't really want to go into. But these awful things he had to endure kickstarted the long, excruciating process of grooming Guts into the scariest man in the world.
After killing his crazed adoptive father in self-defense, Guts became a lone mercenary, and a damn good one. Recognized for his skill, he was recruited by the mercenary crew called the Band of the Hawk, led by an ambitious man named Griffin. The Hawk's Raiders would be Guts' first taste of camaraderie and friendship.
Over the next 3 years, they single-handedly ended a 100-year war. Things were looking up for Guts. And then Griffith summoned a horde of demons, transformed into a bat monster, murdered all of Guts' friends, and claimed ownership of Guts' soul by branding his neck. If that wasn't dramatic enough, Griffith then raped Guts' girlfriend in the pool of his friend's blood as he watched, pinned down with his eye gouged out and forced to cut off his own arm.
Definitely not his best day. After all that, Guts dedicated his entire life to murdering Griffith as painfully and brutally as possible, while fighting demons on a daily basis as they are drawn to his brand like moths to a flame.
But to do this, he needs the right tools for the job. He carries a belt of throwing knives and a pouch of mini-bombs even demons can't take.
He also received a new mechanical hand, which houses a flamethrower, repeater crossbow, and a hidden single-shot cannon. Perfect for blasting a demon's face off.
Surprise, bitch!
But none of that compares to Guts' primary tool of destruction, the giant blade known as Dragon Slayer.
So he like fights and shoots stuff?
Yeah, I guess.
Can he block with it then?
Can he use it one-handed?
That's a big sword.
Yeah.
It's like a Buster sword.
Massive, thick, heavy, and far too rough. It's too big to be called a sword.
He has one hand
More
there.
like a heap of raw iron. And it might just be the most beautiful thing I've ever seen.
Forged by the legendary hermit Godo, Dragon Slayer was made
400
to,
pounds?
well, slay a dragon.
Alright.
Unfortunately, it was laughed off as impossible to
It's longer
use
than
by
I am
anyone.
tall.
Except for Guts.
Sitting 6.5 feet long and weighing over 400 pounds, the Dragon Slayer is enormous, though not unfeasible. In real life, the largest sword ever used in battle belonged to a Frisian freedom fighter and stood 7 feet tall, though it wasn't nearly as heavy, only 14 pounds.
Yeah.
With a single swing of Dragon Slayer, Guts can cleave through a man wearing heavy armor, along with his weapon, his horse, and any other people, animals, or demons who happen to be in the wrong place at the wrong time.
And after killing over 1,000 demons, no, I did not stutter, Dragon Slayer has bathed in so much demonic blood that it now rests in both the physical and astral planes of existence. Somehow. Meaning it is capable of harming any supernatural being.
Even ghosts!
That's probably a good piece of information.
Yeah.
Guts is an absolute monster in combat.
kinda
He can move
demonic.
faster than the eye can track, killed 100 soldiers on his own in a single night, and once jumped in the mouth of a giant sea god, cut his way through it, and killed it from within.
Once killed a demon disguised as a woman while banging her. Hope that's it.
I was trying to read. I missed
Guts
it. I
will
didn't get to
do
it in time.
anything to defeat his foes, including jumping into fire or allowing himself to be impaled just to gain an advantage. And somehow he always survives. He's fallen hundreds of feet, gotten stabbed through the face,
Oh, wow.
taken 1,000 supernatural punches at once, and even been run over by an elf fairy Mothra going supersonic speeds.
But his disregard for his own safety can be costly. Honestly, the only reason he's still alive is pure dumb luck and unstoppable willpower.
And if Guts wasn't tough enough on his own, he wears the Berserker armor, the most insane battle gear you've ever seen.
Activating the Berserker armor seals off the wearer's nervous system, making him immune to pain and its natural inhibitions.
Wow.
This allows Guts to fight at his fullest potential, boosting his power and speed at the risk of damaging his own body.
With this armor, Guts' sword swing is more powerful than a cannonball.
Kinda
Though
like
the
Raiden
Force
did.
can break
Yeah.
his own arm. But don't worry, the cursed Berserker armor will literally rip and pierce his body to pin the bones and muscle back in place.
Now, don't get the wrong idea. It does not actually heal Guts. It just holds him together. This is dangerous because, well, even though Guts
like
won't
Darth
feel pain,
Sion.
that doesn't make him invincible.
Plus, the Berserker armor also kinda forces Guts to give in to his inner demons and lose all sense of morality and restraint, making him the most violent demon killer ever.
Violent and completely uncontrollable.
Guts is the embodiment of rage and the epitome of badassery. Believe me, the last thing you want to do is get in this guy's way.
My sword has gotten very dull. However, it's 3 times as thick and does 3 times the damage of a normal sword. You'd better pray you die quickly, or this could be painful.
Okay, well that's Guts.
I get a little bit
Long, long ago, transcending history and the world, an enormous sword was forged, designed to be the deadliest weapon on the battlefield.
It was called Soul Edge, and it was a beast! Gigantic, powerful, sexy.
At a daunting 6 feet 1 inch in length, no ordinary soldier could wield it, but those who could proved unstoppable.
It left no survivors in its wake, just like my ex-wife at an all-you-can-eat buffet.
However, a great evil dwelt within the sword. After claiming victory upon victory and being bathed in the blood and hatred of countless
Ugh.
foes, a fire was born inside Soul Edge.
Literally, it's a demon made of friggin' fire!
The demon Inferno had one purpose, to infect the world with evil and chaos. But in order to accomplish this, he needed a warrior capable of wielding the true power of Soul Edge. He planned to possess this warrior and transform them into the azure-clad Knight of Darkness,
Mouth in his
Nightmare.
Yeah. Who's the warrior?
Inferno's first victim came in the late 16th
Nightmare.
century, when a pirate named Cervantes de Leon raided an English galleon and discovered the intriguing blade aboard, claiming it as his own.
But as we know, this was no ordinary flesh-covered sword with an eyeball. Inferno seized this
so weird
opportunity
looking.
and possessed the pirate, testing his body by slaughtering the entire population of a Spanish port town.
Oh, wow.
Talk about a test drive!
Unfortunately, while powerful, Cervantes was not the ideal vessel Inferno sought.
So we made him sit in that town until 2 chicks showed up, killed his ass, and somebody more powerful picked up the sword.
That someone was a knight named Siegfried, and this was the body Inferno was looking for. Once Siegfried's hand touched Soul Edge, Inferno began eating away at his soul, torturing him endlessly and feeding on his fear and anger, transforming him into Nightmare.
Just Siegfried.
Nightmare was powerful enough to threaten all of Europe, conquering whole armies and devouring thousands of innocent souls.
If you haven't figured it out by now, Soul Edge is kind of like the ring from Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
If it could
Had other
cut people
hosts,
and
too.
hungered for souls,
However, Soul Edge's power was incomplete. At some point, it had been broken, and shards of the demon's sword had been scattered across the world. To unlock Soul Edge's true power, Nightmare set off to find the lost pieces of his sword and repair it.
as Nightmare discovered each shard, the power of Soul Edge grew, and so did Nightmare's.
Oh, wow,
He
look
could
at that.
fight with numerous stances, channel fire and lightning through Soul Edge, and devour the souls of hundreds at once with Soul Wave.
Watch this.
Despite Nightmare's ever-growing power, Siegfried constantly battled to free himself from Soul Edge's curse, and eventually, he succeeded. The two did battle
can't
atop
light
Osterreinsberg Castle, but
That's
Nightmare's
4, I
power
think.
was so
Yeah.
great, the entire structure was obliterated by a single swing of his vile blade.
Just like a crazy ex-girlfriend, he figured if he couldn't have that body, no one can.
Soul Edge cannot be defeated by an ordinary blade. In fact, only one weapon has ever been able to harm it, a supposedly holy blade called Soul Calibur. Unknown to most, Soul Calibur is actually the final shard of Soul Edge, reforged into a second sword made specifically to combat its demonic
I
counterpart.
didn't know that.
Poor guy. How would you feel if some
What the
asshole
original sword
decided to
looked
make a weapon specifically designed to murder you? And it kept showing up everywhere.
Nightmare has come close to conquering the world on numerous occasions, yet a warrior wielding Soul Calibur always seems to show up and hold him at bay. While Soul Edge seems indestructible,
Apart from that pesky holy sword,
The whole between
Inferno
dimensions.
does require a mortal body to create Nightmare. Should Nightmare fall, Inferno can risk his own life by manifesting himself to protect Soul Edge,
Oh, wow.
as his very existence is tied to the sword.
but if Nightmare manages to absorb that final shard, Soul Edge and Nightmare will merge into their ultimate form. Night Terror. A larger, deadlier, flyier Nightmare.
Flyier.
Yeah, when one gains the power of flyingness?
Flyingness.
No matter the time, place, or vessel, few can match the vile
I
trio
wonder
of
if that'd be
Soul
tossed
Edge,
in with the-
Inferno,
Yeah.
and Nightmare.
Blood. Darkness. I shall drown the world in both.
All right, the combatants are set. Let's end this debate once and for all.
It's time for a death battle! Giant swords, yeah!
Okay. Well.
I'm curious if like the last shard thing's gonna come in play,
Yeah.
and he gets that extra flyer form.
So Nightmare is more of like a demon, whereas Guts is like a demon hunter.
hunter.
I don't know. I feel like I mean, this doesn't make any sense in terms of who would win, but I like Guts more. I think, just in terms of his story and his background. You know, and his design. I mean, Nightmare, Soul Calibur, like those swords. I always felt like that stuff was way too busy. You know, like
the weapons and everything.
yeah, like how the hell do you do a backspin with that thing? You know?
I mean, how do you do it with a 6'6"
You're
400-pound
absolutely right.
sword?
Yeah.
I
don't
mean,
know.
even Cloud's Buster Sword, I was wondering how he like one-handed like spun it and then put it behind his back. But
Yeah. See, the Master Sword is an actual sword that would work. But we're not talking about
I
that.
don't know, Master Sword. Master Sword would lose in this fight.
My gut is telling me to go with Guts, just because I just enjoyed his
His backstory.
backstory more, and
Well-
the idea that he's gone through so much and that he can overcome those things. Nightmare seems more like a thing that he can overcome versus like, I don't know.
Gotcha.
I
Well, they
don't know.
mentioned that like the sword itself could only be fought by Soul Calibur, but
Yeah.
he has that demon bathed
That can
blood.
that's within 2 realms.
Yeah, so,
So
I think
does
that
that
that's going to
count?
be the
Yeah.
whole thing that he can now attack that just because it's in 2 realms.
Yeah.
I think
Okay.
that's how they're going to go with it there. So I think it's. I mean, if you're going to go with Guts, I'll go with Nightmare, of course. But
Okay.
I'm wondering if Nightmare will get his Inferno form thing, or if he's going to die
Well,
and then
that
become the
would that
demon
be
and all
fair
that.
though? Because he has to merge with another character,
No, he has to get the last shard of the sword.
which is always done with another character, right?
No, not necessarily.
Okay. I'm saying, didn't they say like if something died, then he would then be? I don't know.
I thought they
I
just,
don't know the rules.
I thought they just said if you just got the last shard, which was in that sword though,
yeah,
to like get that sword. So if someone's defending it,
okay.
but maybe he already has it. I don't know.
All right.
I don't know what they'll do.
It's interesting. Yeah, I wish I knew the lore a little bit more to make a more informed decision, but I'm gonna go with my gut.
All right, I'll go with the nightmare.
Okay, slap bet.
All right, yeah, it's a slap bet.
Let's do it.
He has a mouth on his stomach.
Yeah.
He's gonna eat gun.
Just like a 3D, 2D sort of thing. Is it all the shards?
Ooh.
Okay.
Oh, so he's completed his task, and now Guts is gonna try to stop him. Is that what's gonna happen?
Is that what it is?
He just knocks over a tree.
Why
Excuse
not?
me.
I would if I could.
You're in my way. Stand aside. In my darkness.
We're like the same length sword too.
Yeah. Oh,
Dang.
I don't know. I think Guts might have a better reach.
Like 6 inches.
Yeah. Sometimes all counts.
Ooh.
Yeah, he can do like magic and stuff.
Yeah, but he had his fist.
Yeah. Yeah, his replaced arm, right?
Yeah.
Tree!
Oh.
That sword is ridiculous. Both of them.
Ooh. Nightmare also has that giant hand too.
Yeah. And like
Shoot fire!
teeth all over him.
What?
What's happening? Alright,
So he sacrificed his face to
I guess.
shoot him in the head with
He
a.
just got cut a little better, I think. Okay.
Oh, the flyer
Well, how did he become that thing? I thought you had to have the other shard. I don't know what's happening
I
here.
think he had all the shards already.
Alright.
It's like a Super Saiyan.
Okay.
Oh,
Jeez.
dang it. I have a feeling that Guts might win now. Because he hasn't even put on his battle armor.
Yeah. You're right.
Arrows.
That'll work.
He just burns him. Oh!
Oh,
Oh!
he took his arm off.
Oh, come on, no. He didn't even have to use his armor.
I guess
Or is he
not.
already in his armor?
I told you to stay out of my way.
Oh, is the demon gonna come out of it now? Yeah. Really, he's not fighting Nightmare, he's fighting Soul Edge.
What's that?
That's the demon thing on his sword.
Looks like Cinder. From,
Oh, there's the armor.
yeah.
What if they,
Oh!
Oh, shit.
Oh no!
Alright.
damn it.
Okay.
Yeah, now that's what I call a sword fight. While Nightmare wields more power than Guts, this is what Guts does every
Yeah,
single
that's what I
day.
figured.
He gets the shit kicked out of him trying to defeat gods and demons, leaps above his abilities, and still prevails.
It's true, all his life.
I mean, this guy lives in a world where giant monsters are trying to kill you, eat you, rape you, or all three at the same time. And that's just Monday.
It's true. All his life, Guts has had the odds stacked against him, and yet he's still kicking while everything else is dead.
Oh, but Wizard, I thought only Soul Calibur could destroy Soul Edge.
That's also true
Baby
in
Black.
the Soul Calibur world. However, Inferno exists on an astral plane. If you
Yeah.
recall, Guts' Sword Dragon Slayer also exists on such a plane, leaving no question that it could destroy
That's what I
Soul Edge.
figured.
Plus, his Berserker armor bought him plenty of time to land the killing blow.
Yeah, because it will literally let you fight on until all of your bones are shattered and the last drop of your blood is spilled.
And it's not like Soul Edge was going to have any luck tempting Guts into picking it up and turning into another nightmare. Not only has Guts dealt with enough demonic shit to know that's a bad idea, he really loves that Dragon Slayer. He's not giving that up for anything.
Guts was just a whole nother caliber.
The winner
That
is
makes sense. He just
Guts.
picked it up and like he's Nightmare, like Nightmare wins.
that would be. Okay, all right, yeah, that was a cool. I like the animation in that because it was 2D and had elements of 3D in it as well.
Yeah,
so
like some of the older Mortal Kombats that had like
Yeah.
a 2D plane, but you could kind of move around.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, as soon as, they were talking about it being like a demon hunter, and then, Nightmare is more like a demon, devil kind of thing, I'm like, well, that makes sense.
Yeah, I figure that's what he does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't get why Nightmare turned into Cinder.
Whenever Nightmare dies, the demon inside the sword could come to life to defend the sword.
Okay.
To protect it from being destroyed. That's what he
Yeah.
was trying to do, was stop it from being destroyed.
Okay.
But he couldn't withstand against the Dragon Slayer.
Okay. All right, yeah, that was cool. I mean, when it comes to, like, personal tastes of sword fighting, I mean, I don't love the giant sword.
You don't like
sword
giant
fighting.
swords?
I don't like giant sword fighting. I mean, unless it's like, I don't know. I like the realism a little bit better, I guess. But
I think it's fun.
for an anime or for a video game, I think it works. So
I was thinking in Soul Calibur, you have all sorts of weapons, like
yeah,
like you have like short little like sai type weapons that
Yeah.
Voldo has, and then you have like long crazy things like that, and then Keelik has like a bow.
yeah. I remember Soul Calibur didn't it have like a it had like a character customization too.
Yeah, you can make your own characters as of I think 4 let you do.
Well,
that.
I think a lot of people like
maybe
I think
all of them. I don't know.
Like I kept seeing them like online. People like making like really good looking characters because it had such a robust character creation.
I think they might have started that as early as 2, maybe.
Yeah, I don't know. I played the one with Link.
That was on GameCube.
That one was really cool. Link had a move where he like shot you in the foot with the
arrow
to keep you in place. That was cool. And then I think I played.
You didn't play 4 with Vader and.
No, I think
Yoda?
I think I played like I didn't own it, but I think I played like it for like a match or two.
Yeah. I played the opposite Soul Calibur, not on GameCube but on PS2. I think it was.
Yeah.
With Hayachi in it. From
Okay.
Tekken.
Yeah.
Because they always have like some kind of guest in it.
Yeah.
At least I think. I don't know. I never played 5, so I don't know if they had some guest in 5.
Well, I mean, I don't know about 5. I mean, I know that they had Vader, Starkiller, and Yoda in one, right?
Yeah, they had that in 4. But
4. Okay.
But as far as Berserk, I don't know anything really about.
I had always heard that Berserk was good, but I'm just not personally, other than like Dragon Ball Z, I'm not really an anime guy.
Pokemon?
Yeah, but that's more of a video game that I consider than an anime. Like Pokemon is a video game that has an anime, right? Isn't that what it's supposed to be?
Which one was first?
The game.
Was the game first?
Yeah.
Not the card game?
I think it was the game.
Was it the game?
Because
Oh,
if it was based off the anime, why wouldn't they call the character Ash? Instead, he's called Red.
Well, I thought
Right?
they just called him Red. I don't know. You can name your. I named him Aaron.
Yeah. I know, I did. I named him Aaron. I don't know why. No. Anyway. Yeah, but I guess we gotta do this. Now because with her slap bet, I wasn't super invested in any of the characters. It's not gonna be a very hard slap. It'll be worth it, but not that bad. So let's just get that out of the way, shall we?
I was hoping you forget.
Nope, I'm not gonna forget. Ready? Alright, Guts versus Nightmare, death battle. Guts wins.
The story was crazy.
I'm glad that I went with my gut. Yeah, that Guts' story is pretty crazy.
Poor baby.
I'm almost interested to check out Berserk now just because of that.
Baby being born out of a dead mom hanging in a tree.
That's pretty... that's pretty not good.
Yeah, thanks, Tim. Alright, make sure to leave any comments below for other death battles. We've had some others mentioned.
Yeah.
So we're looking into those. And make sure to check out our other stuff. They got DBZ Abridged going on.
Yep, he's
Pretty
got
good stuff
a Metal Gear Solid stream going on,
Yep.
which we all kind of do every couple of days, but you can check out almost every night Aaron playing Metal Gear Solid.
Yep.
5. On
With-
Twitch. Twitch.tv/blindwave.
Yep. So, till next time, I'm Aaron.
I'm Eric.
We'll see you later.
Bye.